to Shaparenko. Into Adeyemi with a touch. Is he offside? He's not. He strikes. It's over the bar. I'm going to try and dink this one in. I do. And it's there from Jacob Ramsey. And he's offside. The season finale is upon us, and somehow, after 31 games, we still sit in third. And with some huge games to play like Preston, Arsenal, Spurs, Bournemouth, Fulham, Chelsea and Aston Villa, as well as trying to sort out our ideas and plans for the upcoming summer transfer window, we are in for a massive episode today. And we're going to sim the first game of the episode. It is a home game against Preston. You can see my starting 11, no real changes from how we normally play. And it's a great start to the episode. It's a hard-fought 1-0 win at home to Preston. A big goal from Dan James gives us another 3 points. On to the first played game of this episode, and what a game to kick us off. It's at home to Arsenal. And bearing in mind, this is a midweek game and I've got a massive game at the weekend against Spurs. I have made several changes to my starting 11. The likes of Doherty, Firpo coming in, Rocker is back in central defensive midfield, Fagioli comes in for Ramsey, Brennan Johnson, Adeyemi and Popescu, the attacking trio. As for Arsenal, it's a 4-2-3-1 for them with a surprising Brooke Norton-Cuffy at right back. That's a very interesting choice. Unfortunately for me, Correa, after giving me a horrendous time last time we played Arsenal, is on the bench. Gabby Jesus, all wonderful stuff from Gabby Jesus to get away from Junior Firpo early doors. He gets away from Struijk as well. He cuts inside to Kalulu. Arsenal into Gabby Jesus. Oh, we get to pass Struijk once again. Early doors in this game. Trying to cut back inside for Saka. He does. Lays it off for Partey. Brennan Johnson now has it on the right-hand side. He's got Adeyemi in the centre. Adeyemi trying to stay on side. He does just. It's into the back of the net. And it's another lethal counter-attack. I'm going to try and find Fagioli. I do. It's a nice turn. Gives that out wide to Junior Firpo. Going to go for a first-time cross in. It's off the right back. And it's almost into Rocker. We've started this half off absolutely fantastically. Brennan Johnson with a wonderful pass to Shaparenko. Into Adeyemi with a touch. And it's a great save from the goalkeeper. I just cannot seem to get the ball off of him or to stop him. Vieira into Jesus. Jesus into Thomas Partey. Great save from the goalkeeper. And Kalulu with a big head, only out as far as Maitland-Niles. Doherty almost gets there, but Maitland-Niles gets there ahead of him. Pepe, the substitute, strikes. Correa, the danger man for Arsenal. The man who, to be honest, I've been very, very fearful of. Jesus just dinks that straight into the arms of Meslier. Fagioli now. He's driving forward, going to try and look for the ball out to Firpo. He does. Firpo to try and whip this in first time. And that is that for the end of the game. We win here 1-0 at Elland Road. It's a massive win against Arsenal. And just before we head back to Elland Road to play Spurs, you'll see we're third. Spurs are fourth. Liverpool fifth, and there are 2 points separating the three of us. This is a massive game, and the last time we played Spurs, we lost 2-1. And in spite of the 1-0 win against Arsenal, it is back to my usual starting 11, the likes of Christensen, Lucanets, Tyler Adams, Shaparenko, Ramsey, Dan James, Adeyemi and Sinisterra all back in. And as for Spurs, they line up, of course, the 5-2-3-1, the classic Conte system. Mats Hummels, Ben Davies and Romero at the back. That is quite a great team for Spurs. This is going to be a very, very difficult game. Can Rafa Mir get on the end of it? He can just keep it in play. Gonçalves turns away from Lucanets. Mir turns away from Kalulu. Gives it back to Gonçalves. It's step over after step over. Christensen just about gets it away. Oh, that's nice from Ramsey into the path of Sinisterra, and we can now counter against the high press of Spurs. I'm going to look to the far post into Rafa Mir. He turns Kalulu very easily. He's got the pace to drive away from Struijk, and he almost puts it in the back of the net. It's a great save from the goalkeeper. Driving away, and he's got a ball out wide to Sinisterra. He finds him. Sinisterra driving into the box. He doesn't have any options. Tries to lay it off to Adeyemi. And I'm just trying to find an angle here. I don't want to just play this into the box to no one. We now have it with Shaparenko. He goes out to Christensen. He's going to dink this across. Finds what now looks like an injured Tyler Adams. Jacob Ramsey tries to turn away from the defender. Strikes it with his left. Great save. Shaparenko with another corner here. Going to try and put it into the same place. And it's another big head. Reguilon down the left-hand side. Spurs in desperate need of a goal. They swing it across. Struijk just gets there. It's a Tottenham corner of Ben Davies. Lo Celso now picks it up. Perisic, Richarlison, Perisic. Struijk is there once again, but he's not there enough. And Richarlison sticks it in the back of the net. It's a brilliant finish from him. Smashes it past the goalkeeper. We're on the floor. We cannot believe it. Goes past Lo Celso. Adeyemi to strike straight against the defender. Lo Celso just hacks it away for Spurs. And that is that. Unbelievable stuff. We just needed a few more minutes to hold on for what would have been a memorable draw here at Elland Road. but Spurs take the 3 points. And have we just thrown away Champions League football? And it's Bournemouth next at the Vitality Stadium. One change from the team that lost to Spurs. Brennan Johnson comes in at right wing in place of Dan James. And it's a horrendous result. 3-0 to Bournemouth. We had more shots, we had the same amount of chances, and we couldn't take any of them. And have we just completely and utterly bottled it and thrown away European football? And we desperately need to bounce back away at Fulham. We've made 2 changes from the team that lost 3-0. Dan James and Rocker come in for Tyler Adams and Brennan Johnson. And this is a complete and utter disaster. 3 losses on the bounce. Right at the crunch time at the end of the season, Fulham beat us 2-1. And we have 2 games remaining in this season. We now sit 6th outside the European places. And of course, let's have a guess to see who are the 2 teams we're playing in the final 2 games. Of course, it is Chelsea and Aston Villa. And Chelsea line up 5-2-3, 3 at the back with 2 wing-backs. And every single player in the Chelsea starting 11 is rated 80+. As for us, I've gone back to what I know, sticking with the guys that have got me this far. Let's hope we can get a better result this time. Gerard Moreno now has it. He tries to dink a ball over to Sterling. Every single time I play Chelsea, Sterling gives Christensen an absolute torrid time. But Christensen has just made him look like an absolute fool. Lays this off to Lucanet. Lucanet's going to try and cut inside. Find a great ball into Adeyemi. He's going to strike. Brilliant save. Dan James with the corner. Floats this one into the near post. It's a good head. Just goes round him. Nice play from him. Shaparenko out wide to Christensen. Tries to play a first time ball into the box. He goes out wide to Dan James. Dan James going to try and look for a ball inside. Sinisterra's coming in. Moreno gets it back though. Dinks it all the way over to Chilwell. Nice play from Chelsea here. Chilwell tries to drive into the box. Christensen can't stop him. Stroop can. Into Tyler Adams. Tyler Adams to try and release Dan James down the right-hand side. He does release him. Dan James to try and find a ball in. Back to Tyler Adams. He turns. Tries to give it to Shaparenko. He's going to look for Dan James. Dan James has it. He just can't get there ahead of the goalkeeper. We have a corner here right on the stroke of half-time. It's in from Dan James. It's out to Jacob Ramsey. He's going to volley it. But he can't. Instead tries to lay it off to Tyler Adams. Tyler Adams to try and find Jacob Ramsey. Kimpembe. Oh, that's a horrendous touch from Kimpembe. And Shaparenko wins it from him high up the pitch. He drives down this right-hand side. Going to try and play it across the box. He does. And we are in. It's a fantastic goal from Jacob Ramsey. And it is just what the doctor ordered. Moreno picks it up once again. Finds himself in central midfield for some reason. Ziyech is there. Gives it to Kante. Great save from Meslier. Gerard Moreno. Aubameyang has it now. He strikes from distance. Good save again from Meslier. Kante drives into the penalty area and it's off the defender again. Oh, that's wonderful stuff from Osimhen. He easily manages to get away from Kalulu and it's laid back into his path. Lucanet's trying to track him down. He's got it in the centre. Chelsea absolutely rip us to shreds. And Havertz gets the equaliser for them. Kalulu goes out wide to the right-hand side to find an unmarked Brennan Johnson. He's going to try and float it in. He does. Can't find anyone though. Goes out to Coke. Coke going to strike, and it's away wide. Ends up going backwards to Kante. Kante has it now into the path of Havertz. Havertz, great save from the goalkeeper. We are in desperate need of a goal here. It's Ramsey who picks that one up really well. Tries to lay it off to Adeyemi. Is he offside? He's not. He strikes. It's over the bar. And that is that for the end of the game. Oh, it's such a big miss. And what an impact that could potentially have on our season. And as it turns out, Aston Villa ended up drawing 2-2 against Crystal Palace. So the fight is still very much in our hands. It's very, very simple. We beat Aston Villa. We are playing European football next season. And with Spurs only 2 points above us, if they lose, who knows? Maybe we could be playing Champions League football. I'm sticking with the same starting 11 that drew the game against Chelsea. As for Aston Villa, they've mirrored us. It's 4-3-3 for them with Madueke, Iglesias and Coutinho, the attacking trio. This is by far the biggest game of this Leeds career mode so far. Gives it back to Iglesias. And Cambia has it now. Coutinho strikes against Christensen, but he picks it back up again, and eventually Struijk is there. He does find Dan James, but he will not have anyone in the box, so instead he checks back in on his left foot. I'm going to try and dink this one in. I do, and it's there from Jacob Ramsey, and he's offside. And he gets it back from Sinisterra again. He checks onto his right foot. I'm just going to try and bring this into the box and strike it with my right. Great save. Dan James with the corner, flings this one in. We can't get our head on it. Ramsey will pick it back up again. Going to lay it back out to Dan James. Going to try and float this one in once again. It's in from Christensen, and it's into the back of the net. What a fantastic header from Christensen. He seems to pop up with these heads exactly when we need them, and my word, do we need them today. He finds Sinisterra. He checks back on his right. He's going to try and finesse. Great save once again from Martinez. Dan James with another corner, swings this one in. Kalulu gets his head on it, gives it to Keita. Now out wide to Majuki. Aston Villa playing some good football. Struijk ends up giving it away, and we will take that all day long. Fielder, and he's going to try and lay this one off. I was trying to look for Adeyemi, instead find Dan James. And he's now twisting and turning. Christensen picks it up. Going to try and float this one in, I do. And oh my word. And he goes down this right-hand side. Tries to get past Struijk, and he plays it in field to Keita. Gets it back though. He's looking for an angle. Finds Iglesias. Finds Keita. Meslier with a big save. Out wide to Brennan Johnson, the substitute as well. He's going to look for the on-running Christensen. Christensen goes in the middle of the box. Aston Villa need to get a goal here, and we just need to be sensible. Keita has it. Gives it to Iglesias. Goes over the top to Bailey. Bailey runs onto it, tries to fling it in. Struijk kicks it away. Shaparenko will pick this up. Never will have it. The referee will blow his whistle, and we win 1-0 at Villa Park, and we will be playing European football next year. The biggest question now is, will we be playing Champions League football or Europa League football? And we will be playing Europa League football. Spurs end up managing just to stay ahead of us. We're level on points with them, but they managed to get us with goal difference. Their final game of the season, if I'm not wrong, was against Arsenal, and yes it was, they ended up drawing 1-1 against Arsenal, so it finishes Manchester City top of the table by some distance, United second, Liverpool third, Spurs fourth. Leeds United will be playing Europa League football next year in 5th place, Chelsea 6th, Villa 7th, Leicester 8th, West Ham 9th, and Arsenal all the way down in 10th. Let's go down to the relegation zone where we've got Fulham, Preston and Stoke. Norwich just about managed to survive. It's hard times for Fulham, Preston and Stoke. They will be going down the table. But as for us, we finish 5th. We will be playing European football next season. What a result. Mo Salah of Liverpool ended up finishing with the Golden Boot with 25 goals. Haaland could only settle for 2nd place. Our highest place finish was Sinisterra in 10th with 14 goals. And I think Adeyemi ended up finishing 17th with 12. But as for assists, De Bruyne, Sterling, Dan James and Shaparenko all finished level with 10 assists. And to be honest, I don't really know how De Bruyne's top when Dan James played fewer games. And as for the other cup competitions, Manchester United have won the FA Cup. Manchester City ended up winning the Carabao Cup. PSV ended up winning the Europa Conference League. Leicester very, very unfortunate not to do so. And Spurs end up winning the Europa League against Napoli on penalties. And Liverpool end up winning the big one. They beat Manchester United of all teams 2-1 in the Champions League final. And that is it for the end of Season 2, and so now it's on to my transfer plans for next year. And with European football, I'm going to need a much bigger squad, and that means I'm definitely going to need another centre-back, as I've only got 3 at the club. I'm also potentially going to look to improve left-back. I'm thinking potentially of selling Junior Firpo. Let me know down in the comments what you think. I'm definitely going to look for a central defensive midfielder, as I've only got Tyler Adams and Rocker, who are both rated in the 70s. And finally, I'm probably going to look to upgrade my central midfield. Shaparenko and Ramsey are great, but I don't have too much in the way of squad depth. I've only got Fagioli, and I've only got Aronson as well. Thank you everyone for watching though. If you have enjoyed this season, please feel free to like and subscribe. It will do the channel an absolute world of good, and I promise you, we will be back for Season 3, where we are definitely going to be challenging for the Champions League.